Hello everyday and welcome to the Florida Flygons draft recap for the NDBL, not the MDBL, it's a totally different league. It's getting a season 2. The NDBL is the National Draft Battle League. This is a new actual competitive draft league that I have joined. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, but we're gonna move past that. The NDBL is gonna take place in NatDex OU on Pokemon Showdown. I'm really excited to join it, although I don't know how long this video is going to stay up. You're going to see this video go up on Tuesday the 1st of September, or Wednesday the 2nd, depends. And when it does, we already have a week 1, that's definitely happening. But if this league kind of collapses and we don't get to finish it, then what's going to happen is I'll privatize all these videos and you'll never see them again. So watch it while you can, and make sure no one leaves the league. Anyway, this is our second competitive league. Well, it's like the Florida Flygons, 6th or 7th, honestly. However, we're calling it the second because only one of them has ever gone all the way through, if that makes sense. The first one I went all the way through was the XDBLA, I think. I can't remember, it's been like over a year. And in that, we went 0-8, I believe. So hopefully we get a win this time. Let's hop straight into the draft. I've already rambled on for way too long. So, if those of you haven't been here before, my name is ODF. I'm the coach of the Florida Flygons. We've been in 2 draft leagues so far. We didn't even get to playoffs in one, but in the second one, the MDBL Metronome Draft League, we got to finals. So hopefully, maybe this time. We drafted 11 Pokemon because there's 11 Pokemon to draft. And the first Pokemon I drafted, I had the 7th or 8th pick of the draft. I was bang in the middle. It wasn't a great place to be put. But one thing I learned from my first draft league is you got to get a fairy. Fairies are the most important type in draft league. And a really good thing to do is get a fairy, dragon, steel core. So that was my #1 priority going into this. Fairy, dragon, steel core. So I got the best fairy that was available. No, I didn't. I got the first fairy that came to mind because I didn't look at the doc properly, who is Clefable. Clefable is a monster in the draft league format. It's incredibly bulky. It can take tons of hits and it can hit back quite hard too. It is a hard counter to a metric butt ton of other Pokemon in the genre, like dragon types, fighting types, one other type that are dark types, and all of them are very good types. So Clefable is going to be a great choice on our team. I haven't figured out a name. We'll figure out names when we get to the actual matches. Again, I'm not very good at draft league, so I can't talk too much about these, but I'm very excited to have drafted Clefable. The next Pokemon that I drafted was my tier 2 pick, and I drafted Bishop. Or Bishop. I don't know how to pronounce it, and no matter which one you do, it's wrong. So I'm just going to call it Bishop, because it sounds a bit like Bishop, and I think that's what it's based on. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just bisexual. We don't know. Anyway, Bishop is a dark steel type, so it starts to build up on our Fairy Dragon Steel core idea. This thing can hit very hard, which is it's a good contrast to Clefable, as Bishop can hit hard but can't take too many hits, especially with that 4 times weakness to fighting, but Clefable can take a bunch of hits, especially from fighting. So these two Pokemon, I think, work together. It's got the Defiant ability, which is very nice. Hopefully Bishop does well. I'm not sure how well it's going to do. I've seen it in draft league and it's done well before, but I guess we'll see. So next up is tier 3, and you choose 2 tier 3 Pokemon, and the first one I picked was, rounding out our Fairy Dragon Steel core, Dragalagi. Dragalagi is a poison dragon type from my home region of Kalos, so I had to draft it. I've always really liked Dragalagi's design. It's not a very fast Pokemon, as you can see from the stats. However, it's got some good defensive bulk, and it can hit quite hard. I've seen it used quite a lot in draft league. It's got the poison typing, so it can actually counter fairy types given the right situation, which is a good thing for a dragon type to be able to do, but most importantly it just rounds off that Fairy Dragon Steel core that we so need. The next pick of the draft, I was a bit nervous because I thought I'd messed up for this one, but I was fine. Apart from having a fairy type, a good thing to have in draft league is well, actually, one more thing about Dragalagi, it can set up, I think it can set up Toxic Spikes. It can, and that's always useful in draft league. Anyway, my next choice was Blastoise. I should warn you, there are no G-Maxes or Dynamaxes in this league. There might be Dynamaxes, but there's definitely no G-Maxes. Anyway, Blastoise I chose because it's got a water type, so I can start building up a kind of Fire Water Grass core, because that's another nice core to have on a team. Blastoise is a solid, bulky Pokemon. It can hit quite hard, but most importantly, it's got Rapid Spin, so it can clear the arena that it's in and take hits from pretty much anything. Blastoise doesn't get hit super effectively by any hazards, because there's only like normal, ground, rock, and poison. I think they're only hazards. So Blastoise isn't hit super effectively by any of them, has access to leftovers, obviously, because that's an item that anything can carry. But most importantly, I just drafted this thing so I can get those hazards off the field. That's important. Next up, I drafted a bunch of free Pokemon. No, I didn't do that first. Next up, I drafted my Mega. That's what I did. This league does have Megas and Z Crystals. So I wanted a bunch of points for the league so I can get some good Pokemon, because you got to save up points to buy your 4 free Pokemon. Well, they're not free, but like you can spend points on them. And I went for a tier 1, a tier 2, and 2 tier 3 free Pokemon, which is very expensive. So I needed to go for a low tier Mega that could that gave me extra points. And I went for Mega Camerupt. It does have that water type 4 times weakness, which sucks. However, we've got the Dragalagi and we've got the Blastoise, both of which can take that. Mega Camerupt, just the good thing about this thing is the sheer force, which hits very hard. It's just got incredible special attack as a fire type. I drafted this. I'm not sure. I've seen it in Draft League before, so I'm sure it's fine. But again, I'm not very good. If I get 1 win this season, I'm going to be happy. Okay. After drafting Mega Camerupt, I decided to go into the free points, and I looked into tier 1 because I could afford 1 more tier 1 Pokemon, and I saw a Pokemon I was shocked hadn't been drafted yet. It's another Gen 6 Pokemon, Aegislash. This thing is a tank, and it can also hit really hard as well, which is incredible. It's got stance change ability. Using this thing right, it's almost impossible to kill. It's another Steel type, yes, but it adds that Ghost typing, which gives us 2 immunities. And just Aegislash is such a good Pokemon. I think it's different enough from Bisharp that I'm not going to be stuck. Like, they're not going to compete with one another for going onto the field, if that makes enough sense. I think I'll be using Aegislash more than Bisharp, though, because this thing is absolutely amazing. My next free point, I dropped down into tier 2 to grab Swine. This is an incredible ground type. I hadn't gotten a ground type yet, and they're also very useful in Draft League because they're the only thing that can hit electric types, which I did draft 2 electric types. I thought I hadn't for a second, but I did. Big brain. Mamoswine's a great Pokemon. It's got the ice ground typing. It's a bulky ice type, which is very rare. It does have quite a few weaknesses that it struggles against, but that's fine. Like, it's one of the best. Like, I think this and Weavile are the best ice types in Draft League, I'm pretty sure, unless you're going into like Ubers. So I'm glad I managed to pick up Mamoswine. This thing is definitely going to help on the team a lot. Next up was my first tier 3 pick. I've gone against our Lord and Savior M&J TV. I drafted Crystalia. This thing is an incredibly bulky psychic type. I've always liked the design, but I've never used it in anything, and I kind of just wanted to, you know? Crystalia is a solid Pokemon. It can't hit very hard, but it can take the hits really well, and that's the important thing in life. You gotta be able to take hits. So I like Crystalia for being able to do that. We've got a quite bulky team so far, and that bulk doesn't stop there, because my final free pick was another bulky mon, Umbreon. Umbreon is another dark type, so we're doubling up on the dark types. That's fine, I think. We can recover, hopefully. Umbreon gets access to, of course, Moonlight leftovers, so it's really bulky, can take a lot of hits, and can just... It has access to Toxic, right? Yes, it does. So, that's fine. It can destroy a lot of things on the field, and that's really what we're going to try. This is going to be kind of a Cleric-ish Pokemon, because it can get Heal Bell and other stuff as well. It can also hit quite decently hard, given the right situation, but I don't think it's going to be doing much of that. I think it's more of a bulky, toxic Pokemon. Okay, so then tier 4. My first tier 4 pick was actually one of my top 10 favorite Pokemon of all time, Rotom. I love this thing. I love it mostly because of Sun and Moon. I like the Rotom decks. It's my favorite part of the whole game. Having Rotom here is great. Rotom is actually the Pokemon that got me into Draft League. I was watching A Drive and NPA one season, I don't remember which one. He drafted a Rotom on his league and it won him the first match of the season. And I wanted to do Draft League since then. That's my second favorite Draft League match. My favorite one is when A Drive went up against Wolfie Glick, and I think in the MPA as well, like that match. I think the same season he drafted Rotom. Rotom wasn't in the match there, but it was insane. You gotta watch it. Anyway, moving on. Rotom's a speedy Pokemon. It's tier 4, so it's not great. It's not going to come to every match, but the matches it does come to, it's going to matter. It can hit hard with electric-type moves. It's got the Ghost-type immunity. We also have the Ghost-type in Aegislash, but I think Rotom's the exact opposite of the spectrum from Aegislash, so that's fine. It's going to be a solid Pokemon, and I'm excited to have it on the team. And our final Pokemon pick was Arctozolt. There you go. Arctozolt. I picked this Pokemon because I had it in a league I did a while ago that didn't make it onto the channel because it fizzled out, a VGC league, and I just wanted to try it out. Arctozolt is a electric ice type, meaning it gets access to Bolt Beam, which, if you didn't know, Bolt Beam can hit every single Pokemon in the game neutrally. And that actually does get access to it, right? Thunderbolt and Ice Beam, yes, it does. It might be more of a physical attacker, but also gets access to Bolt Beak, which is a lot of Pokemon super hard as well. I'm excited to have Arctozolt in the league. This is actually the only one that I have a name for. All my Arctozolts that I ever get, I name Patch. His name's Patch. Do you like it? Well, you can't change it. And anyway, that's our draft, except we're also drafting a Z move. And we each draft one Z, and I drafted Poisonium Z. The reason I drafted this is because it works mostly on Dragalagi, but it can hit very, very hard. I think it's a solid thing to have. Don't know how I'm going to use it, but I wanted to grab a Z move quickly. Anyway, that's everything for this league so far. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Have a dogtastic day. I'll see you all hopefully in week 1 unless this league fizzles out already. Have a dogtastic day. I'll see you then, and ODF out. Goodbye.